Omega have done it again. They have released 3 new MoonSwatch models. How do we feel about this? I'll tell you how I feel. I'm not surprised. As we all know, the original release of the MoonSwatch collection was huge. It offered up some really interesting plastic watches, but for a reasonable price. This also allowed many people who weren't previously into watches get into the game as well, which is always a good thing for horology. Now, the first thing I will say is that Omega are charging $300 for these new pieces, and that stands to be an 11% increase on the price of the original models. I think they're doing this because A, people will want these, obviously, and B, because they can. These new models will retain the same dimensions as the previous ones, so we're looking at a 42mm diameter and 13.25mm of thickness. The first model is the Mission to Earth Polar Lights. This model has a very bold turquoise colour with matching colour-coded hands. The subdials have this nice radial effect, which feels more premium for sure. The dial is gorgeous, by the way. It looks like aventurine, but it isn't, which is sad. Just make it aventurine, Omega. Now, everyone that buys this watch will at some point have to say to their friend, it's not a real aventurine dial, and their friend will go, oh. The strap gets some nice colour-coded stitching to match. This adds a lot more than you realise to the overall feel of the watch. It feels more complete now, bold and confident of itself. This is probably my favourite model. The Lava version has this insanely hot red colour going on. This is very bold, it's very in your face. I do love this one too. You also get the radio subdials and colour-coded hour marker tips. The dial is kind of a matte black, which contrasts nicely with the red. This is probably my second favourite of the 3. The third and final model, the Desert model, is a wild step back from the first 2. It's basically rather plain, a little bit beige. This official colour is called Sand. But actually, this will look good on the wrist as it's less shouty and in your face. It will probably go with a lot more outfits and looks, so I can see why this would be a popular option for some people. Having said that though, this is my least favourite of the 3. So we come to the subject of this whole bioceramic watch thing, where Omega have capitalised on their moon heritage in order to bring us these MoonSwatch models. Will it ever stop though? Probably not. If they really wanted to, Omega could start a new range called the Mission to Another World, for example, and start making watches based on the new planet discoveries or cool celestial bodies that we currently know of. They could effectively do this forever. The point is, these make money and people love them. People eat them up. It's the same reason Marvel made 100 million films, because they could milk that cow endlessly until, of course, nobody cared anymore. And that may happen here. It will probably go on and on until we, the customer, decide it's not cool anymore, or another trend comes along that takes our fancy. Okay, so just to summarise, guys, although, I'm being a bit harsh on Omega here, these watches are cool regardless. They look nice, they are an improvement on the original models for sure, especially the Polar Light version. Something is pushing me towards buying this. Thanks again for watching, guys. Like and subscribe to my videos on my channel if you do enjoy them, and I will see you next time.